The Maldives, renowned for its picture postcard views of turquoise waters and white sands, is groaning under the weight of plastic pollution. Besides rising marine pollution, the island nation is also facing an alarming rise in sea levels. Our next report explores.
The Indian Ocean archipelago, about 1,200 islands and 26 atolls, the Maldives is the proverbial paradise on Earth, a favorite tourist destination for honeymooners, beach lovers, and divers. But decades of plastic waste, such as plastic bottles, fishing nets, packaging waste, eat sea, is threatening to turn the paradise into a plastic pit. A toxic reminder that even the most pristine places, if left unattended, could fall from grace, bearing the cost of our consumption. According to the United Nations Environment Program, the country generates 43,134 tons of plastic waste every year, which is roughly the weight of 215 blue whales. With many of the Maldivian islands lacking formal waste systems, it is not uncommon to find plastics burning in the open air or often ending up in the sea. The situation is worse on smaller islands where at times food waste and plastics are thrown directly into the ocean. Consequently, the Maldives now finds itself, rather ignominiously, among countries with the highest concentrations of microplastics in the world. These are tiny plastic particles, often invisible to the naked eye, that can have devastating effects on marine life and ecosystems.
This has to do with the currents as well. So we have currents that favor sort of the circulation of the particles in the water in the region, and this means that they are concentrating in this area, which is also a reason why the Maldives are actually famous for whale sharks and manta rays that are feeding on planktonic organisms. And unfortunately, when plastic becomes microplastic, it also starts to concentrate in exactly the same places.
For a nation on the front lines of climate vulnerability, the impact of mass tourism, overconsumption, has exacerbated the scourge of plastic pollution into a silent emergency, threatening the very ecosystems that sustain life here.
So sadly, there has been quite a bit of news about the increase of plastic in that region. And of course, it has to do with the increase of tourism. But mostly, I think it is a problem for small island nations to just, deal with plastic and rubbish, because distances are long and the islands are small. So it requires a lot of logistical effort to deal with this. And I think, it needs to be part of the tourism package that, people need to also ensure that they are looking after the islands when they're coming to the islands.
So, what has been the response of the Maldivian government in tackling the menace of plastic pollution? In March last year, the Maldives rolled out a nationwide ban on single-use plastics, building on earlier import taxes for plastic bags. Additionally, as per new regulations, hotels and resorts are mandated to segregate waste. Meanwhile, multilateral efforts are supporting the development of waste-to-energy plants, plastic bag bans on pilot islands, and better waste segregation infrastructure. The Maldives' coral reefs are considered among the world's richest, which support 1,100 fish species and 187 types of corals. But these fragile ecosystems, which attract visitors aplenty, are staring down existential erosion due to plastic pollution. But plastic pollution is not the only concern the islanders are besieged with. With 80% of its land less than a meter above sea level, climate change could soon turn into a matter of life and death in the Maldives. Its very existence is increasingly threatened by an alarming rise in the sea levels. By 2050, scientists and experts have estimated that 80% of the country could become uninhabitable due to global warming. By the year 2100, the entire country, with all its beauty and life, could be submerged. The Maldives is standing at a crucial junction, battling pollution, extreme weather, and rising sea levels. Urgent climate action is the need of the hour.